Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I want to talk about how I fund my watches, my hobby. Because you guys, I'm sure, can relate to this because it can be a point of contention if you're in a relationship. If you have a wife, you have a husband, you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, if your finances are tied with each other and you're spending money on stupid things like watches, that can cause stress, that can cause contention. That's not usually a good thing because it is a selfish thing to do, to spend a silly amount of money on a watch that really you don't need. It's a luxury, it's a hobby, right? So early on in my marriage, I've been married for about 10 years now, the best wife in the world. We made a deal. I could spend 45% of anything extra that I did that was outside of my normal job. Like if I worked overtime, I get to keep 45%. The other 65% goes to taxes and investments, charitable contributions, all the normal stuff, all the smart stuff, responsible stuff. And the 45%, that was my fun money. I could do whatever the heck I wanted with that because I worked hard for it. I could buy Legos, I could buy watches, I could buy silly sunglasses, right? So that's what I did, and it was a smart thing because our bills were always paid, we're always responsible with our finances, and I got to start a little watch fund. And if I wanted something else, I could have the option of selling one of my watches to help buy whatever I wanted next. So I would suggest doing something like that. If you have a spouse or a girlfriend and you don't want to have contention or stress about, watches and finances, that's a smart thing to do. So what do I do now? Well, it's different now. I started a YouTube channel, and it took a few years and it took a lot of videos and effort and time. But finally, I'm making a little bit of money every month from ad revenue. And so I can take this ad revenue and I got to set aside some for taxes and for other expenses like shipping and insurance and camera equipment, editing software, anything that's tied to creating the content, I've got to pay for that, right? But anything that's left, I spend on watches. And so that's how I fund my channel, is basically through this hobby, this YouTube hobby of mine. It's not a normal job. I know some other channels, they do this for a living, and I don't think I could ever do that. One, I love my normal job, and two, it's fun when it's a hobby, and it's fun funding my purchases through the channel. So I do that, and I know not everybody can do a YouTube channel and make money, and it takes time and effort and energy, years usually, in order to get a monthly profit, but it's what I do. I would suggest to you guys, work some overtime. Do something outside of your normal job so that, your normal day-to-day expenses, your mortgage, your cars, cell phone, whatever you have, student loans, that's all taken care of, but all your extra stuff, you set aside a portion of that, you budget. In my case, it was 45%. That's your fun money. You buy watches, you buy this, you buy that. You worked hard for it. That's a good thing to do. So now when I come home and I have 3 new watches and I say, hey, look at these watches, sweetie, my wife has zero stress. She's not going, okay, how much do those cost? What are you doing? She'll go, oh, okay, cool. That's not tied to my family finances in the slightest. That's Bruce's side stuff. That's his own thing. It's totally taken care of. So, it creates no stress, and she can go, oh, that one's cool, that one's not my favorite, and it's fun. So that's what I have for you guys today. I'm interested. Do you guys have any suggestions? How do you fund your watches? Are you single? You not have to worry about a boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, and you just buy whatever you want. I would say if I was in that situation, I would probably make some really dumb choices on what I would be buying. I'd be buying things I probably shouldn't be buying. And I'll leave you with this. Never finance a watch. Never laden yourself with debt for something stupid like a watch that can break or get stolen or this or that, the other. It's just a dumb thing to do. Never go into debt for a watch. And I know some people will say, oh, well, I like the points. I get cash back, blah, blah. You buy a luxury watch on credit, you might get like a free grocery purchase, $20 in a year. It's not worth it. If you do finance a watch, just make sure you're able to pay it off anytime with cash, without worry, without stress. That's the only way I would suggest doing it. So don't go into debt for something dumb like a watch. That's just not a good idea. But interested again to hear what your guys do, so you don't have to beg for forgiveness or ask for permission to buy a watch. You guys have seen those memes, right? Interested to hear what your thoughts are. Thanks for taking the time to watch. I'll see you in the next video.